Hello, my name is Phillip Devore. I am the first daughter of Wilma Mullen, and I'm about to explain his early years to his life. Okay. Now, what would you like to know about my dad?
My name is Phillip Devore. I'm the grandson of Wilma Mullen, also his best friend.
My father used to take me everywhere to Manhattan, sightseeing, Statue of Liberty. My father checked my homework every day. And he always talked to me about life. I think he raised me good.
And remember, he would do anything he could for you. That's one thing I said about him. Anything he could do for people, he would do it.
He always said, if I work hard for anything, I'll get it. All I gotta do is just stay focused. He married Trudy Roselle. That was his first wife. That was the mother of my mother and my two uncles.
He went to Vegas every year, Puerto Rico. He went on cruises. He enjoyed life to the fullest.
My grandmother separated with my grandfather in June 1979. By raising my mother on his own and working for New York City Transit, he met the love of his life.
My father was married to a woman named Christine Muriel. I think they got married in the year 2000.
They both worked for Transit for many years. They was very deeply in love. And one day, she passed away due to an illness she had.
She died on January 16th. I believe it was 2003. And at that time, my father became like a hermit. He became very lonely. He started drinking more because he felt like, he lost his soulmate.
I started going over there maybe once or twice a week, stuff like that. We'll just talk. He'll start teaching me things. The most important first lesson he always wanted to teach me is how to save money.
He's been working with Transit. And he worked there until he had an accident day. And that was the ruination of him.
My father was attacked on his job of July of 2001. He was in a booth and he had to leave the booth to take the tokens out. And at that time he was jumped and they took a brick, hit him upside the head.
They beat him up and shoved him, pushed him down the steps. Broke his jawbone, broke his ribs, never found out who did it.
I'm like, for real? Who would do that to my grandpa? At first, knowing me, I was ready to take it to the street. I'm like, yo, we gotta hunt these dudes down. I gotta do something about this. But nobody was never identified. Nobody know who did it. It's still a mystery to this day. They beat him up real bad. They ended his career.
After that, I took over power of attorney of all his business. And I went down to Transit and I filed for a regular service retirement.
He was all messed up. He had to drink out of a straw because they broke his jaw, so he had his mouth wired shut.
He had drink juices and all, and I think that's when he really started drinking really heavy.
He started eating less. That's when he was getting sicker and sicker. A lot of times he was in the hospital. It wasn't due to the drinking, it was from the malnutrition.
It's like working in Transit was really all he had. All he had to keep his soul strong, his mind focused. His spirit was still alive when he was working. And ever since that day, it's like he was just ruined. His life just went down in a spiral. So I made it my priority to go over there every day now. Now it's an everyday thing. It was a priority to me. I made my grandfather a part of my life. He taught me how to cook. This was the fun part. He used to teach me how to season meat his own way. He didn't believe in no adobo, all-purpose seasoning. He used to tell me to put the salt on it, put the pepper, cut up the peppers, yellow peppers, green peppers, you know, put it on there, cut up the onions, little accent, little meat tenderizer, you know. It also came out tasting real good too. I say Grandpa, he was the best meat cooker ever, period.
My father paid him $25 a week. He had to go to the store, wash dishes, cook, and vacuum, clean up. He had a lot of responsibilities. And if he ever became laxed on it, my father became laxed on that money.
We used to have talks about him graduating. He'll always talk, say, yeah, I love to be there if I'm still alive. And I always was confident, like, yeah, Grandpa, you gon' still be here. You gon' still be here, you know?
His appetite just left. His face got sucked in. Really looked like a skeleton. He weighed about only 80 pounds.
It was real bad. Soon he got too weak to even wash himself up. It was times me and my mother had to go to his house to clean him up. I noticed the number of his drinks used to go up because soon he got too weak to make his drinks. And he used to make me make the drinks for him. You know, he taught me he used to use the little 7-ounce cup, fill it up halfway, drink that Bacardi Dark straight, just like that. That's all he drank, Bacardi. People come over to visit and everything, they'll have their little drinks with him. Always kept that Bacardi Dark straight, downed it, then chased it with water. That was his thing. Soon he became like, it got hard for him to even swallow a drink. I used to see him drink, he used to just be struggling to swallow.
You know, I told him, Daddy, if you ever feel like you're gonna die, can you please tell me to take you to the hospital? Because I don't want Phillip to find you in the house dead. So one day he said, Tarv, I gotta go to the hospital.
It's like he knew something was gonna happen. That made me a little scared or whatnot. So we put him in the hospital that day. And then next morning, I got a phone call. It was Jamaica Hospital. And they told me, they said, are you the family of Wilma Mullen? I said, yes. And they said he dead, just like that. And the whole time, it's like, I knew he knew something. And I felt like if he knew he was gonna go, why he never told me? Why he told me goodbye? Why he just left me like that? And then, on top of everything, I have guilt in my heart that, you know, I have something to do with it. Because all the drinks he made me make him, all the drinks I made him, I feel like if I didn't ever do it, probably my grandfather would be still alive. I'll still have a grandfather. He could have lived just that much longer. It's like, I don't know, what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to stop making them drinks for you and then make you be unhappy? Maybe if he knew how I felt afterwards, maybe he would change his mind. Why didn't he do it for me? Why didn't he stop drinking for me? I know he wanted to be happy, but what about me?
That's the only regret my father said he had when he died, is to leaving Phillip, because Phillip was his #1 man.
No more talk to him. We wanted him to be a man. I want you to be something. I don't want you to be no bum.
I feel a stronger man ever since then. At the end of my sophomore year, when he died in 05, he died January 25th, 05. It's like everything been happening my way in life, you know. far as school, my grade point average shot up. Started doing good in football, started really getting noticed, you know. Teachers recommended me for this, joined the Young Men Leadership Program, you know. I became leader of the football team. That was my best friend, that was my homie, that was my heart. Like, now, I just wonder what people do if they was in my shoes.